Hey, it's Thunderbug. I'm bringing you a draft breakdown for the UNDPL or the Duelist Pokemon. So, I'm gonna go through it real quick. I'm gonna go through kind of quick here. There's a bunch of stuff to go through and some changes as well. So it's just a standard Gen 8 league, nothing major there. Just get right into it. All right, first pick, I got Landorus. It's Landorus. It does pretty much anything you want it to do. It can rocks, defog, fan, scarf, helmet, whatever. So many different sets I can run. It's a Landorus. It does so much. I don't really need to go into it too much. Zero Aura, really fast electric type, physical or special, good momentum, good attacking moves, really nice coverage. It's electric type that can actually beat ground types with Grass Knot, which is very rare in this post hidden power world. Mega Aggron, one of my personal favorite megas. Extremely tanky. Really good rocker, so I don't have to run necessarily rocks on Landorus, even if it's like a defensive set. Opens up a lot of other opportunities. Solid rocker, solid defensive wall. Good thing to have on the team. Vaporeon, solid wish user. Got momentum as well as baton pass and flip turn. Things like roar, scald. It's a generic standard bulky water type. Good momentum, good wish support. That could be nice support for the team. Heal Bell as well is also very important, considering I have some pretty heavy physical attackers in this team. Round 5 Latios, because it's a Latios I can get in round 5, so why not? The idea of getting to use Landorus and Latios to go into each other is delicious. Yeah, round 5 Latios, pretty simple. And then this is where things start kind of being a little weird and change a little bit. So, we got Talonflame here, first of all. Actually, this is where not things change yet. We got Talonflame. It's Talonflame. Gale Wings is nerfed, sure, but it's still pretty good. More U-turn spam. Brave Bird, of course. Roost. It's nice. It's just a nice, solid utility mon to have. Nice bulky fire type. Boots just helps so much in its viability. Um, okay, now here are the last four. The last four are these four this week. They're going to change next week, but we'll get into the changes in a little bit. So what do we have right now? Right now we got Weezing Galar. It's my fairy type. Toxic spikes, defog, all sorts of cool things it can do. I love Weezing Galar. Unfortunately, it's not going to be around very long though. But we'll get more to that shortly. Chestnut, spikes with Latios and Landorus and Zero Aura. Yeah, that's pretty much the point of Chestnut. Hello in Persian. I need a dark type. I need some speed because I don't really I have some good top end speed. It kind of fits in the nice speed tier I kind of wanted to have, so it kind of fits that role. Okay, dark type. Parting shot is cool. Had some ideas with it. And then I had 1 point left over, so I picked up for a Frow because I wanted another ghost immunity. For Codes is goofy. It has U-turn, which I don't know why it does, but okie dokie. So it's kind of just there because I needed to fill the team slot, because I had to have 10 in this league instead of 9. That was really at least 10 Pokemon. So that's our Furfrows here. Now, I did make some trades. Unfortunately, they won't be effective until week 2, but we'll get into those real quick here. So the first thing we did is we dropped a Weezing Galar for just regular Weezing. And I'm probably going to spell this wrong, but here we go. There we go. There's Cuyahoga. Yeah, just regular Weezing. So we do drop the fairy typing. And we do lose access to the defog. But, yeah, so we kind of do. So we do lose out on those couple trades. But it's cheaper, which gave me some more points, which I kind of needed to get some extra points here. So it does what it needs to do still. It can do a lot of what it still needs to do. It can still use toxic spikes. It can still a lot of the other tricks Weezy's got. Still got the same move pool and everything, again, other than defog and some of the fairy moves. Chestnut actually devolved. It became into Quilladin here. So, no, bad. Quilladin. Oh, and Quilladin here. Alright, so Quilladin, again, Spiker. It freed up a bunch of points by simply devolving it, so I still got my grass type, and I still got spikes. So, it kind of just did what I needed to do still. It's cheaper, and, yeah, that's pretty much it. It helped, again, because I needed to get more points. Persian Alola here becomes Wigglytuff. Yeah. It's a Wigglytuff, so it does Wigglytuff things. It's a fairy. It's not a good fairy. It's not a wisher. It's not a very good wisher. It does have teleport, I think. Let me just check that. I'm pretty sure it does. Yes, it does have teleport access. But there's some sort of weird, like, rule of what teleport is compatible with. I can't remember what it's off my head, but it's something. But yeah. So that's kind of Wigglytuff. It's another cheap fairy. Okay, perfect. And then I've dropped all these mons to make a bunch of extra points. And why did I make extra room? Well, I made some extra room for, oh my god, why is it so long? Monkey. Yeah, no one drafted Darmanitan, so I chose to draft it. And there we go. So we got Snow Chi-Man here, who's going to be just disgusting. I have a bunch of momentum in this team, and I can roll right on in the Darmanitan with all the momentum and just do a lot of terrifying threats. You have to prepare for Darm, you have to prepare for Lottie, you gotta prepare for T-Spikes, regular Spikes, Landorus. Uh, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. There are still some issues with the team. Removal is pretty bad. It's Landorus, Latios, and Talonflame. And my 6 taunt users, although technically one of them is Darmanitan, which doesn't really count because you're not going to taunt into guerrilla tactics, because why would you? And then Aggron and Quilladin are pretty slow, and Weezing's okay. But yeah, overall, that's the team. It's going to be really fun. I'm looking really forward to just watching people try and deal with the massive threat that is Darm, Lottie, Zero Aura, Landorus offensive core. And good luck to everyone, and we'll see you in the future. Bye bye. Alright, so I'm just going to do the recording of Team Builder all in one. So, looking at my team overall this week: Defensive Galarian Weezing, Sludge Bomb Will-O-Wisp, Vexiladios, Relaxed Mega Aggron with Flamethrower and Heavy Slam. Lowland Persian is a Nasty Plot Rattled set with Weakness Policy. Zero Aura is Banded, and just a Wish Toxic Vaporeon. So, opponent brought Infernape, Mega Arrow, Primarina, Zarude, Gligar, and Mew. Looking at the team, I chose to just lead Persian because if he leads like Infernape or Zarude, he's just going to U-turn, and I can try and maybe cheese out a kill or just some huge damage, something like Gligar in turn 1 with the +4 Persian. So he leads Ape, I lead Persian, I Nasty Plot as he switches out. So this tells me a couple things. One, it tells me it doesn't have U-turn, which means it's probably special Infernape, designed simply to just kill Aggron. So that's good. Plus he went into Zarude, which on paper means that, okay, my Nasty Plot here, I can click Burning Jealousy, which does like percent to Zarude. And if it U-turns, then I can get the +4 or whatever, and then I can just attack something else and do more damage. Or he has to go in like Vacuum Wave with Ape if he has it. So I see here, and then he is apparently Adamant Scarf. And I know he's Adamant Scarf because he had to be adamant to kill me, which was only a 31% chance with Adamant and 0% chance I was Jolly. So I went into Zero Aura as he went Prim. I knocked off the Blackguard's Violite. Great. I take out Vaporeon as he knocks off. Um, I flip turn thinking he'd go Zarude. Instead, he just roosted. So, okay. That's great and all. I got the go into Latios then, and I get to click a Specs Draco. His response is Mew, who takes it enough that it doesn't get 2-hit KO'd. So it's just going to roost up here, go right in the Zero Aura as he roosts up, and he's at about 98% here roughly. So he goes Primarina as I click Throat Chop. Okay. So based on that damage too, I can tell it's max HP Primarina, and based on the damage it just did, it's a Specs. So it's Specs max HP Primarina, and here in theory it should just kill the Vaporeon, and then I can go into Zero Aura and have to threaten it out. Or I can go Aggron here and click Stealth Rock. That was what I thought. So I'm like, okay, he kills the Primarina. I can go Aggron with Primarina. He kills the Vaporeon. I go Aggron. I just click Rocks, and there we go. Instead, he switched up the Zarude. Or I click Toxic. Which, okay. So, the Zarude's now Toxic. I get to go Weezing. Click Lariat. Didn't do anything. So I get a free Sludge Bomb. After the poison damage right up there. Sludge Bomb and the Gligar. Don't get the poison, unfortunately. Neutralization gas makes it possible. I do get the fire. He knocks off. I click Will-O-Wisp. I click Wisp here instead of going hard Lottie or Zero because he's going to either knock or Roost. So I just hit the burn it here. Then I go Lottie on the Roost. And now I can click Draco Meteor again. For a long time I clicked maybe Psychic or whatever, but I clicked Draco and he actually gave me Gligar. This surprised me a lot because this opens up, in theory, him to Zero Aura since Zarude is, after all, a Scarf set. So between the Toxic, it's going to lose health. He U-turns out here on Weezing, and then he goes into Infernape rather than into Primarina. So I get to go right into Latios on this overheat here, because Special Ape can't really do a whole lot to Latios. It's not a major instant threat. And I get to click Draco again, which does 67 here to Mew. Not max Spit F, but it is Spit F invested a little bit. I went Zero Aura, expecting a Roost. Fire Blast. Okay, does nice damage for him. He's in Plasma Fist range. Click Plasma Fist. I kill Mew. Zarude takes one, but it doesn't really want to take a repeat. It can't take another one afterwards. You know, it does outspeed me. Clicks Lariat, goes Zarude, clicks Lariat. Toxic gets a little chip. He stayed in again, which allowed me to sludge bomb it and bring it down low. Yeah, so because he chose to stay in, if Weezing does get killed now by a Mega Arrow for revenge kill, but also gets rid of Zarude, which means at this point the game is pretty much in checkmate. Because let's see, here he kills Weezing. I get to go up Mega Aggron and throw up rocks. Rocks up, Arrow gets chipped. He goes Inferno up here. I can just sack Vaporeon. And then I go Latios, and Latios is guaranteed to get a kill on somebody with rocks up because Arrow dies unless it's like heavily invested, at which point it doesn't really outspeed or Aura probably. Primarina does gets two shot after rocks here, so it lives the one because of its HP investment. Because it's specs and slower, it dies. Has to go Arrow. I can just go into Aggron. He clicks dual wing beat, whatever. I get to click heavy slam. I get to do big damage to Infernape, bring it down to around 30%, I think. Yep, 39 down to 30. Snack Zero Aura because again, it's the least important really. And I get the Galadios here and get another kill. And I think he gave me Infernape, and he goes Arrow, and then I get to go into Aggron, who this was actually probably a misplay. I probably should just let Latios die, because if he Ice Fang freezes me on these one or two tries, I could have lost the game. Instead of risking it only once, I risked it twice for no reason. But I get a 2-0 win for week 1. Nice win. Like I said, I think I said before, week 2, Weezing is being changed for regular Weezing. Persian's becoming Wigglytuff. Chestnut becomes Quilladin. And Furfrou turns into Galarian Darmanitan, which should be really fun to pair with Latios and Zeraora. Good game for Bishop. See you all for week 2.